Hello students, in this video we are going to study about the track system in Indian Railways. Now remember students, railway lines are categorized in three categories based upon the distance between the two rails of the track. If suppose the distance between the two rails of a track is 1.646 meters, we call it as a broad gauge. So let us study the first category, that is broad gauge. As discussed, distance between the rails is 1.646 meters. Now, broad gauge covers nearly 84.81% of the total Indian railways. That means most of the railway lines in India are broad gauge. That is, the distance between the two rails is 1.646 meters. We also must remember that the length of the total route length of the broad gauge railway lines is about 54,257 kilometers. Also, all the important places are connected usually using broad gauge. It is the most important railway line in India which is used for transportation of people as well as goods. Let us see the next category, that is meter gauge. Remember students, for meter gauge, the distance between the two rails will always be 1 meter. It covers almost 7,180 kilometers, that accounts to almost 11.22% of the total railways in India. At the same time, the third category is known as narrow gauge. If the railway line is a narrow gauge, then the distance between the two rails would be either 0.762 meters or 0.610 meters. Also, remember that the route length of the narrow gauge is 2,537 kilometers, which amounts to nearly 3.96% of the total Indian railways. So these were the three track systems available to us in India. We must also remember that there is one very peculiar and very special feature of the broad gauge in India. The broad gauge, which is in the western coastal area, is a special kind of engineering marvel. Now, the name of this railway is Konkan Railway. Konkan Railway. It is an engineering marvel because it has been constructed in an area which was initially thought as unsuitable for railway lines. It is basically hilly areas adjoining the coastal region. There are many hills on the way. At the same time, many tunnels had to be built in order to pass a railway line through this region. Now, this Konkan Railway extends from Roha in Maharashtra to Mangalore in Karnataka. It is an extremely quick, it is a railway line which is used for extremely quick transport, and it extends for about 760 kilometers. So students, remember these were the important points related to the track system in Indian Railways.